communications officer at Youth for Good, and this year I did a mural painting for sheltered animals at the Hayward Animal Shelter.
Yup, in case you were wondering, that person is Jade Wu. A while ago, I interviewed Jade about what she had done at the Hayward Animal Shelter. Basically, she had led students of varying ages to paint an entire mural at the Hayward Animal Shelter that was, well, she knows a little bit better about this. The entire interview was conducted over the course of 10 minutes during one of our organization's potlucks, actually. And she was completely unprepared for the interview, and so was I, because I had spent most of the event just doing trivia showdown with a bunch of people at a table. And so while everyone else was chowing down on food, I was trying to figure out how to get this interview started. And then I saw Jade in the corner eating her food. I'm like, okay, I gotta get her now. It's gotta start. And then she was kind of like, okay, sure. And so then we went to the one of the other rooms and we began the interview. So here's all the clips, and you'll basically know everything about how she changed the community for the better. Please also remember that for each of these individual videos, I actually make the original soundtrack and all of the animation just for each individual video, so consider subscribing as there is a lot that goes behind each of these videos. Now on to the actual content. I think there's a lot to learn from her, so here we go.
So basically how I started this project is I was thinking what is something that is really concerning so far right now in society, and I thought animals in shelters, and they're not getting enough people to adopt them. So I wanted to make a mural painting for sheltered animals where I just gather a bunch of students ranging from elementary school to high school, and we would come together and just make a mural for the sheltered animals at an animal shelter. And that's basically how I thought of the idea. And at first I did contact many shelters, which it took a long time. But Hayward Animal Shelter, they finally they agreed to it, and I was really happy about that. And so from there I just kind of emailed them, contact them about an area and a place where they'll allow us to make a mural. And yeah, and they, on the day of the mural, we painted a really big mural, is stretched from this really around 30 feet long wall, and yeah, it was really big. So we did have teacher assistants and teachers. So these teacher assistants we set up a day where we were all available, and we went to the animal shelter together to plan out everything, get all the materials set up for the actual event, which was October 20th. So we went on October 19th to really set everything up, get everything planned, and I told basically the teachers and TAs the process of how we're going to do things, and when we're going to take a break, when we're going to start actually painting using colors and paint, and how long we're going to use the beginning time to introduce each other and do a sketch of how the mural is going to look. So on the actual day of the mural painting, this was expected, so not everybody came together on the time that was set. They kind of came in waves. So in all, I think there was 30 people who signed up to help paint the mural, and they the first group, they came super early, 10 minutes early, and we kind of got them set up. They introduced each other. I introduced the teachers, the TAs, and we kind of just stood in a circle and we just talked to each other. And when there was about around 15 people there, we started actually sketching the things onto the animals in the mural painting plan onto the wall. And then people just kept coming and coming, and I kind of just grouped everybody together that just came into a circle, and I kind of just caught them up, and yeah. So in the beginning, I really thought that there was only going to be like around 10 to 15 people that were actually going to come, but it ended up having a lot more people than I thought, so like 30 people. And I feel like something that really stood out to me was how much more confident the participants started to get, especially when they started painting their part of the mural. They started to get really confident in their skills and how they were able to like express themselves through their styles and stuff. And I feel like that really stood out to me, especially because in the beginning I can tell everybody was a little bit shy, and even though they had some like drawing experience, they still felt a little bit scared to draw on such a big wall in such a big place. But yeah, I think it really worked out, and it was a pretty big success, actually.
And so that is what Jade has to say for her own event. I think there's a lot to learn from the messages she communicated through the entirety of her project, through the motivation, the processes, the challenges that she faced, etc., etc. If you want to see more content like this, just check the existing ones out or subscribe and wait for new ones.